We have no time to lose actually. New car unlocked.
Honda Civic, Type R.
Buongiorno ragazzi. A beautiful good morning. Yesterday we took some time off, did a sightseeing, a road trip, but most importantly we did an upgrade of our rental car. I hit up our friends from Zoom Japan, or Zoom Car Life as the company name states, and asked them if they have a rental car for us that would be appropriate, and they hooked us up with an EP3 Type R Honda, a car that is supposedly built for the UK market, but it was re-imported to Japan. It's naturally aspirated, and the best thing is it has a 9,000 RPM redline. Woo. Yeah, that's fun. And we're gonna do a quick road trip today to Fuji, to Mount Fuji, maybe Fuji Speedway. Let's see how much time we got left. And I wanted to show Ronnie and Daniel a little bit of the countryside of Japan. I guess we got the proper car for that. Bro has the biggest vlogging setup in the whole country. Smile for me, baby. Guys, if you're traveling to Japan, also go outside of Tokyo. It's worth it. Get a rental car. So we made it to the entrance of the legendary Hakone turnpike. This is like the toll station on the bottom, and we encountered some pretty cool cars already. Of course you have to have a Bayside Blue 34 GTR. I know that these are probably those tours that you can book from Tokyo. We got our own car here. I mean, it's also a rental, but there's no tour. We can drive wherever we want to with it, which is pretty cool. But still, it's nice to see those cars down here. It's pretty iconic. So glad that we met them.
So Chris, one question. What's your pick of these 5 cars?
Evo 5.
Are you Chris?
I guess most people would take the R34 GTR,
Yeah.
but that's a very mainstream pick. I would say it's a very beautiful car, but I think I'd take the Evo 5
Yeah.
Tommy Mäkinen edition.
It's a great
I
car.
think for streets like this, it's the perfect car.
Yeah, I think so too.
And this one has seen some stuff, as it should.
Yeah.
But now, what's your pick? Phew! Phew, 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 phew.
I think I go with the Evo 2 because I love Evo 5 since I'm a little child. I had an electric car, Evo 5, and since this day I'm in love with the Evo 5. I had a black one, and this Tommy Mäkinen edition is mwah, beautiful.
That's why we are such good friends, you know. We share the same taste. Okay, I guess now it's our turn to go up. That's what we're here for. That's what you should do, guys. Get a rental car and drive up Hakone. Look at this. As funny as it is driving up here, please still obey the traffic laws. I mean, have fun, but not too much. So don't risk anybody driving. Have fun, you know. Get some gear changes, rev up the engine a little bit, but don't drive recklessly or something. This street is for everybody, and also enjoy the view. Like I just told them, at some point you don't want to even drive up here like that fast because the view is so nice, and you want to enjoy the scenery as well. Get a good mixture of both, I would say. What a view! Not you, that one. Gotta put my beanie on. I might catch a cold. You know, I don't have any hair covering my head. But the view makes up for it, so all good. In the end, it's January. We knew what we signed up for, I guess.
Ist ja gut, zuerst beide nehmen. 5000.
Ich wollte auch Schoko nehmen.
Schoko? Was
Du?
nimmst du? Chris? Was nimmst du?
Pistachio.
Pistachio.
Okay. Ja, Pistachio ist, glaube ich, soll geil sein.
Mainstream.
Mainstream? Sagt der Schokolade nimmt.
So die Schokolade annimmt. Wenn wir zwei Schokolade nehmen, hat er auch Schokolade zu nehmen.
Nein, dann können wir bei ihm ja probieren.
Ich will aber nicht bei ihm probieren.
Aber ich.
Arigatou.
Im Gegensatz zu den anderen.
Alright, we are out here at legendary Hakone Skylink with beautiful Mount Fuji in the background, and we are taking a few pictures of our Honda Civic EP3 Type R rental car that we drove out here. I'm not hugely into Honda, so it's the first time for me driving a Honda VTEC, but this car was actually meant to be for the UK market, so it's a re-import from the UK, so you barely see any of these here on the Japanese streets. Which is cool to drive a Japanese like a JDM car in Japan that is still rare here, and you have the possibility to rent it. So shout out to the guys from Zoom. Thank you very much for this experience. Zoom is the same car rental company that I got my Subaru Chezile from last time I was in Japan, that maybe you saw in the video. I trust them really much because I didn't have a single issue with my Subaru throughout this whole trip, which is kind of rare because, as you know, Subarus are not the most reliable cars out here, and it was 30 years old. We are also hooked up with some BBS Lamars, which is great. And we even got bucket seats and racing harnesses, because the good thing about their cars is that you not only can rent them for driving to beautiful Mount Fuji or exploring Japan, but we can also book track day tours with them. So they have a track day club, we call it Track Day Everything Club. So that means they also offer track packages around the most iconic tracks in Japan, like Suzuka, Motegi, Fuji and also Ebisu. And you can rent these cars and also have a driving instructor if you need to. You can even have a driving license or racing license made on the racetrack, which is, I think, pretty cool. So whenever you're in Japan and you want to also rent a car like that, hit up the guys from Zoom. They are really easy to work with, they're super nice, and also they are all enthusiasts. They all drive cars like these privately, so I think you're in very good hands with them. So I had never had a single problem. As I said, super easy, cars are well maintained. Shout out to the guys. I can't say more. I mean, look at this view here. There's barely anything better than that.
なんで死ぬのを怖がらなくちゃいけないんですか。死にたくないから生きてるんですか。生きてると何かいいことありますか。俺はなかったよ。
Ich habe jetzt keinen Bock, dass ich das da geschießen folgt.
It's probably the best sushi I've ever eaten. Today is Tuesday, I think, right? Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yesterday we went to Fuji. Today we go the other direction to Nikko. We have a road trip ongoing. Still have like 1 hour to go, and we're gonna look at the build of a car that you probably know. Like, it is a very known car builder, let's say, or car artist. So yeah, we're on our way up north, and we have no time to lose actually.
I like to drive real slowly, riding clean, everybody wanna be my homie. Pop trunk show me, boppers wanna blow me. They recognize my car even if they don't know me. They recognize my car even if they don't know me. Pop trunk show me, boppers wanna blow me. Riding clean, everybody wanna be my homie. That's why I like to drive real slowly. Well, it's the slow flow professional, the greatest of all. Adverb superb on point like Chris Paul. It's the original wall, poking out while I crawl. Trunk propped up tall as the fifth wheel fall. From H-Town to Beantown, all the way to New York. Broke them off, left them broke, slab guard on the go. I don't mean to gloat, the paint so cleaner than soap. Exterior wineberry with the inside toe. Oh yeah, the Cadillac float is quite crucial. Leather seats, buttercream, softer than a poodle. When I'm clean, I tend to drive a little slower than usual. If you take a picture, I got first right refusal. I'm the Metamucil, so basically that mean I'm the big shit. My competition nothing but big shit. I whip all competitors quicker than Bisquick. Find Mama Cedar with me.
So we made it to a legendary place, which is the RWB Clubhouse. So RWB, I guess most of you guys will know what it is. Stands for Rauh-Welt Begriff, which is a weird combination between, I guess, Japanese, English, German stuff, because it basically means, if you translate it into German, it means actually not a lot. Rauh, I guess it means rough, rough world. You can see it also on the stickers here, for example, the rough world. But yeah, as you know, these are basically custom white body kits for Porsches, and he needs to cut up the fenders for them. So many 997s. What the fuck? Haven't even seen so many 997s before in general. Let alone as RWBs. What the fuck? What a lot of people do not know is there is actually a racing series in Japan. It's called the Idols Club, where they race these cars, and you can also see it here. It has bruises all over it from battles on track, and also marbles from the tires. And that's actually something I really like, because that tells you that this is not only garage queens up here. That is even a turbo, and that's a GT3, he told me. Pretty cool. So that one, I would guess, I have talked to Daniel about it. It's a GT2. We think that one actually is a GT2, maybe even a GT2 RS. Because there is a GT2 RS rear bumper up there, and it also has GT2 exhaust system, and also the air intakes in the rear wing. And somebody told me there is a GT2 RS here, and I suppose this is the one. So pretty sure I wouldn't cut up my GT2 or GT2 RS for that one, but I don't know, some people supposedly do. I mean, it looks very cool, but I think I'd do it on a C2 or Carrera S, maybe a turbo, but a GT2 RS. There's even two GT3 RSs in there. It hurts a little bit.
It hurts a little bit to see that, to be honest. But yeah, in the end it's a piece of art. I get it. But just for myself, I think I would not do it on a like more special 997 or general a more special 911. But I have to be saying they look very sick. Hi. Hi. Dino.
Gute.
Gute.
Das macht's schon.
There he goes. So that was it with the Civic. Dropped it off back at Zoom. Here at legendary Shibuya crossing, and now we'll make our way home. It's been a long day again. Now off to some work. So we are back in Tokyo again. It's the next day. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday, as you saw, we were at the RWB build with Nakai-san at his new headquarter, which was as a car guy, and seeing all these RWB builds online, and then finally seeing him build one in his home country live is a pretty cool was a pretty cool experience. I know there's different opinions about the RWB builds. There was even a GT2 and a GT3 RS cut up, or even two GT3 RS. Would I do that myself? Probably not, but still I respect the craftsmanship and the art behind it, and I really like how they look, so I like the aesthetics of them. Although I like the older ones more, like 964 is more my type of wide body, I would say, but was still very impressive to see, and an honor to be at his workshop and even having then shared dinner with him and all the crew. Yeah, it was super familiar, not like other RWB builds I've seen online where there was like hundreds of people gathering. It was just 15-20 people. Yeah, just small friend circle. And now our Uber is here, and we'll be heading to the next shoot, meeting up with a friend of ours. We'll be shooting his Porsches or have a meetup with him and coffee, and yeah, see where this goes. He owns 2 Porsches, he owns 3 Porsches, he will bring 2. I don't know which one they will be, but we'll be surprised.